Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. Kind of give the rundown about my electricity woes. Kind of going to start from scratch and kind of walk you through it. So here's what happened. So I got home. I'm coming home every weekend, and when I pulled into the driveway, I went to plug in the EV, and I immediately got an alert on the EV controller, the plug-in, not the car itself, but the actual unit, that said there was an issue with a common in the electrical. So I immediately unplugged the car and then came in here, and I didn't have any lights or anything in here. Everything was dark. So I walked up here and I thought, well, maybe I left the compressor on and the heater on and it kicked the circuit breaker. So I immediately walked up, just turned off the compressor, and for a moment I got light. It was really weird. Everything powered on all of a sudden, which I thought was very strange. And then I'm like, and I'm looking at the compressor, and I had turned it on. So it was turned off the whole time. Now, I went and I turned it off, and since that point, one whole leg of my power's been out. And basically what I mean by that is, with electrical, for those that are unaware, there are 4 wires that come into your sub box. 2 hots, a common, and a ground. Now, each leg, they call them, is 120 volts, and when combined, they're 220, and that's how you get your 220 in your garage, is those 2 circuits. When we upgraded to the EV system 2 years ago, roughly, maybe, almost 2 years ago, we upped the amperage in the garage to 60 amps because the wiring in the that runs down to the main panel is capable of handling 100 amp. So it definitely has enough for the service in the garage. And the house used to be all electric. The water heater, the stove, all that stuff used to be electric. Well, it isn't anymore. It's all gas, and it all runs on 110, like the water heater runs on 110. The only thing running on 220 is our AC units. Our heaters all run 110, 20 amps. So to make a long story short, I went down and I checked. First thing I did was check the breakers, and not a single breaker was tripped. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. But the program from the EV charger kept telling me it had a bad common, which is your white wire. So you got red, hot, black, hot, white, common, and then green or copper would be your ground. Now, some of the circuits are 3-wire circuits, so that's a whole different thing, as you'll see on the wiring that I did to bring it 110 volts to this side wall that's separate from that side wall. It's completely different. So needless to say, the first thing you're going to do is go down. So I checked the breakers there. Nothing was broken. Nothing was blown at all. And when I flipped on that compressor for just a minute, having lights and looking around, not knowing what's going on, I immediately turned it off because I figured something's not right if it's back feeding power to light everything in the garage up through the compressor. So I'm thinking, well, maybe bad wiring there. So I immediately went down to the main box, shut down the power, came back up, and started checking all the wiring to see if something was burnt or something was just not connected correctly, something was loose, anything in that nature. And the electricians will tell you that's the first thing you look for. Nothing was wrong. Couldn't find a single thing wrong. So I went back downstairs, fired up the mains, and then started testing the circuits. So I have the 2 hots coming in, the 2 legs coming in, and my common and my ground. Both legs have 120 volts on one, 120 volts on the other. Together they've got 220. So I've got power on both legs coming in. Now somewhere between that point and all the breakers, I lose a leg. So I immediately started removing circuits to see if it was a circuit that had, there was a bad circuit or a bad circuit breaker or something of that nature that was causing it. So I immediately started with everything that I've done. And I removed everything that I've done and no change. So that tells me my EV wiring, my compressor wiring, and my lighting wiring is just fine. As a matter of fact, I didn't change the lighting out. I just shut down the switch. So I may go up there and mess with the box. We'll see in a little bit. But anyway, so nothing. And when it momentarily lit, everything lit, including the lights. So it's like, that can't be what it was. It has to be something else. And it was just a split second. And if I'd have paid attention to what was going on, I'd have left it on. So anyway, that's what I did, is I started isolating. And I realized, okay, I've only got power on one leg. I've got power on half of my 220 because, again, your 220 runs off of both legs. So your breaker will hook into both sides of the leg at different points. And then upstairs, I've got a whole set of lights that are on. And I got a whole outlet that's working. So that's all working great. On that leg is the lights upstairs, the television wall upstairs, the 220 for the air compressor, the 220 for the EV, and the 220 for the AC unit in here. So my heat's working. The heater in here is working. So that's one of the legs. Half of my AC line is hot. Half of my air compressor is hot. And half of my EV line is hot. So I've got power on one whole leg. All five, or I think it's five. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 circuits. Four, because my other one would be my air conditioner. So I've got 4 hot circuits. So the temp fix I did for my fridge, so I don't have to run my wires outside, is in place, and you'll see a video on that, along with me, messing with a bunch of wiring and that type of thing. And I'll blurb kind of through it and just show you what I really checked for power on the box. Now it's gotten to the point now where it's beyond my comprehension. So I'm going to bring in an electrician. He won't be here till next week, so I had to put in. I went off of my 220 leg for my air compressor, shut down the air compressor, shut down the heater, and I pulled off the other side leg 120 volts so that I can run an outlet over here on this side. So I put in a temporary outlet, and no, there's not a circuit breaker on it yet, but it is circuit breaker. There is a circuit breaker at the other end. It's a 20 ampere. So my refrigerator will run, and I've got my garage door hooked to that same circuit, so I can run those two. And then on my EV circuit, I've got a 20 amp, a heavy duty 120 plug-in, so that I can charge the EV on just 110. It takes 3 times as long, but it charges. And the way she drives back and forth to work, I'm not worried about it. It's not that far. So it'll charge in a matter of 6 to 8 hours overnight. So not an issue. So throwing this out to all the electricians out there, what do I check next? I've gone through the breakers. They seem to be fine. Now, if I go to one leg of the breakers, and I go from the breaker to a common, I get no juice. But if I go to the breaker to the ground, I get juice. I'm told that's normal. And then on the other side, if I go to the breaker to the common, I get juice, meaning I get a circuit. I get 120 volts. So is it common for it to have 120 volts on one side to the common and 120 volts to the ground on the other side? So that's my dilemma. Like I said, I'm beyond my scope of understanding here. I'm not going to mess around anymore. I'm going to bring in a professional, let him take a look-see at it, because this house was once again wired weird. At least everything before I came in. As you can see in some of my older videos, when I went down to that air conditioner for the house, the way it was wired was baffling to me. There was no circuit breaker. It was hooked right into the main lines. So right off of the pole to the air conditioner through the pull box. It has fuses in it, but that's not the way you wire it. And there's a lot of that kind of thing going on here that just baffles me. I have outlets in the house, don't go anywhere. They're not even hooked up, they're just there. When they put outlets in the kitchen, they put a bunch of outlets in and only wired half of them, which makes no sense. The house, all of it is fine. The power going out of the breaker from the house to the garage, fine. The power coming into the sub panel, fine. Everything's there. It's just when it gets to that sub panel and it starts going down to those breakers, half of them don't work. I don't understand. So if you're an electrician and you know, hey, you know what you got to be looking at? This. Because everything that I looked at pointed to the utility company, pointed to the breaker, the main breaker, pointed to this, pointed to that. Nothing described this situation to me, and it was kind of annoying because I scoured the internet for 2 weeks. Figure, well, maybe it's something stupid. Who knows? So anyway, all you electricians out there, let me know what you think. I can throw a little bit of what I did doing the testing, but basically all I did was check to see, what had power and what didn't have power, and went from there. So any of your input, please throw it down there in the comment section. Like I said, right now I've got everything set temporarily. The only thing that really needs to be running in here are the heater, the refrigerator, and the garage door. And of course the EV circuit. So I've got 4 circuits that are working, and then upstairs I've got the TV circuit, which is the main important thing, and the lights upstairs. Those both work, but I've got a whole wall in the upstairs that isn't working, and none of the outlets in the garage work except the ones that are connected on half the leg of the 220. So give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm going to try to get this one out this week, definitely, because I want to know what's going on here, because I don't have a clue. Like I said, I went back and checked my work, and there's no issues. I removed my work from the whole equation to make sure that it wasn't my work that did it. I made sure it wasn't the EV that did it. I did have to disconnect the EV because without that proper voltage going to it, it beeps consistently, telling you there's a problem, there's a problem. So I had to unhook that circuit, but it's easy enough to put back in. I've got the big 3 outlet. Yeah, you'll see them if you go watch the video on this outlet or any of my 221s. Putting it in, you'll see the connectors that I use. But anyway, with that, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.